When at last we see our mirror image through the hypercube, revealed through inner perception, we may fall backwards within ourselves before this universe's own inception. The light may fade and wither weary atop a cosmic funeral dreary, a faint and flicker human path to look beyond the tesseract. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Indeed. The Allspark, a life-creating Messiah cube, makes a crash landing into Antarctica. The savior-like Optimus Prime, whose name implies the mathematics of cube geometry, needs to get to the life-giving cube of power before Megatron, or as I will explain, Metatron. His plan is to martyr himself by putting the cube inside of his chest and then self-destructing it if he is unsuccessful at defeating Megatron. He is Optimus Cosmic Christ Prime trying to save humanity from evil, a motif that is saturated in media aimed at children, to further the myth of Christianity and to aid in an entire new generation of religious brainwashing. In the Transformers comic book issue 67, we see more 9/11 tower destruction, in an episode that came out 9 years prior to the event. If we consider Newtonian superimposition and time travel a possibility, these little coincidences may not have ever existed if the 9/11 ritual had never happened. The towers might still be intact in another parallel universe, where the color green is red and President Bush's head isn't up his ass. Here we have cosmic Optimus Christ in his 8-pointed light star, seeking to destroy his creator, darkness, which is exactly what the sun does every day. And like the masterful documentary Zeitgeist states, it's what the Christ figure was based upon: the sun. Metatron is associated with being the voice of God, this voice being a sort of geometry or sacred music from the 10th dimension, creating the cubic fruit of life configuration. In early Kabbalah scriptures, Metatron supposedly forms the cube from his soul. This cube can later be seen in Christian art where it appears on his chest or floating behind him. Metatron's cube is also considered a holy glyph and was often drawn around an object or person to ward off demons and satanic powers. This idea is also present in alchemy, in which the cube is favored as a containment circle or creation circle. The cube resembles the fourth-dimensional analog of the cube, or the tesseract. The sign of the cross is nothing more than the depiction of the sun's procession through the 12 cycles of the zodiac. That's why Jesus is said to have had 12 disciples and is known as the light of the world. Jesus is literally the sun. Like many gods before him, including Horus of Egyptian mythology, all ancient religions were no more and no less a deification of the sun, bringer of illumination, food, and warmth to ancient humans struggling to survive and understand the cosmos on the surface. The famous Dali painting is very relevant here, as it depicts Jesus or the sun crucified on the net of the tesseract, a fourth-dimensional cubic bridge, the underlying concept being that the third-dimensional sun is a martyr for the opening of the fourth dimension, and still remains the savior of mankind as it houses the secrets of time travel and the fourth dimension. Even our clock is separated into the 12 sections of the zodiac. And as we move from the era of Pisces, or the two fish associated with Jesus, and into the age of Aquarius, the water bearer, there will be tumultuous and severe changes in the consciousness of the planet, as well as environmental changes due to the alignment of our solar system with the center of the Milky Way galaxy, a rejuvenating shower of hyper-evolutionary radiation that only occurs every 26,000 years, which will affect and alter human DNA in magnetic and light energy orientation. A lot of us more sensitive beings have already detected the first waves of change through our cosmic third eye parabola, and await the cleansing ocean of galactic fog with open hearts and open minds, an evolution away from ego and materialism into the palace of mirrors and great mystery. Oh, and something for Al Gore? Try solar warming. Our gas-guzzling SUVs don't account for the heat index increases on Mars and Pluto recently cited by astronomers. Mention this to me. Watch the weather change.
Watch the weather change.
The Tesseract, or fourth-dimensional cube cross, is referenced in the book A Wrinkle in Time, a children's fantasy novel by Madeleine L'Engle, where centaur-like beings act as God's voice, aka the Metatron, and lead children through the fourth dimension to fight evil forces. Jesus, Buddha, Bach, and Einstein are referenced in the story as well as being protectors of the light. In the movie Cube 2, or Cube Squared, the government places random citizens in a hypercube prison. The only way out is to study the mathematic anomalies, or Optimus Prime numbers, and the patterns of displacement of time in the fourth dimension. The closing sequence of the film referencing Jesus once again in relation to the hypercube, as the sole survivor is seen walking on water over the bridge of the Tesseract. It's stunning, really. The math of it, a perfect quadrangular oscillation. Another movie which mentions the Tesseract is The Last Mimsy. In this film, two children are sent a white rabbit from the future that they then have to figure out how to send back into the future via a wormhole created by special toys they find within a pentagon-encircled hypercube. In doing this, a cosmic time-traveling mandala rips through space-time, and the rabbit is sent home safely. That led me, of course, to Donnie Darko, another time-traveling rabbit wormhole story, in which Donnie opens the Tesseract and peers through the looking glass. See you all on the other side. You mean like a spaceship? Well, craft of any kind. But what if you could go back in time and change all the horrible things that have taken place and replace them with something better?